Hi friends, today we're going to be making some textured monsters. So first let's make sure we have everything. We want to have our eyeball template, our white piece of paper, 4 or 5 different colored papers and patterns, a pencil, glue, and scissors. So once we make sure we all have all of that, let's get started. Alright, so now we're going to take our pencil and we're going to draw a circular shape on our paper. It doesn't matter what way you hold your paper. We just want to have a circular shape. And try to make your shape as big as you can on your paper. So now we're going to start ripping up one of our pieces of paper. And you could rip it and have long pieces, you could rip it and have short pieces, but you want to start ripping your paper and keeping it in really neat little piles without making a mess. We'll take another piece and do the same thing. So now we're going to make a little pile for all of our pieces of paper. So now we have all of our ripped paper in nice little piles, and we are going to start gluing them onto our shape that we created. And just remember when you're using your glue to twist the cap so that it's open, and when you're putting glue on your paper, a little bit of glue goes a long way. So we just want to do a few little dots on the edges and on the corners of our piece of paper. So I like to start around the edge. So take your piece of paper that you have glue on and just glue it down and just run your fingers on top of it to make sure that it is staying down. Now you just want to keep doing that same thing, taking a piece of your ripped paper, putting a few little dots of glue on the corners and on the edges, and putting it onto your shape. And we're going to start building some texture by putting ripped paper all over our shape, and you can even put the paper one on top of another. And yeah, so just keep gluing down your ripped paper. Alright, so I have just about my whole shape that I drew covered up, but if you notice there's still some white spaces, which is totally okay. If you want to cover those, you can. I think they look kind of cool on my piece. So that's up to you. So now we're going to use our scissors. Remember, no standing with our scissors and no running with our scissors. If we want to hold them, we keep them down. We never hold them with the sharp side up unless we are cutting. So let's cut out some eyeballs. So you have as many eyeballs to choose from as you want. I'm going to put, let's see, I'll put 2 eyeballs on mine. But let's do 2 of different sizes. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to start to cut out my eyeballs that I want. If you accidentally cut some of the other eyeballs, don't worry about it, because there are so many here to choose from. See, I cut that one a little bit. Don't worry about that. So now I'm going to try to cut my pieces of paper into the smallest I can get them before I start cutting out my eyeballs. Put all your paper scraps in a little pile. Keep them nice and neat. So here we have that one. Now let's cut this one out a little bit more. And now we're going to cut on that line. I find it's easiest if you take the hand without your scissors and hold the eyeball and twist it a little bit. So there's one eyeball. And two eyeballs. So now let's glue those down. Remember, a couple dots of glue goes a long way. Gonna put one right there. And like I said, choose as many eyeballs to cut out as you want. You can have 1, you can have 10, anywhere in between. I think that looks cool with those two eyeballs. So now the last step, it's optional. If you want to draw some arms and legs, you totally can. I'm going to use my pencil. You can use a marker, whatever you'd like to use. And I'm just going to do one line with a little circle at the end. And another line with a little circle. And then same for the legs. And you can go over that in marker if you would like to. Let's see if I have a marker around. I'll show you. So a line with a circle, a line with a circle, and then same for the legs.